Hello. I thought you waited for me. I thought you were literally looking at me, waiting for me to say hello.
Hello, dear listener, to another wonderful episode of The Angry Plotters.
Yes, Ralph, Plotters. Not me. I'm unangry at the moment.
I'm angry.
I'm not.
I am angry because I think, and this is now we are just directly diving in, right?
No, we have to check what we're wearing.
All right, of course.
Yes, you can't jump in. I want to talk about lots of things before you get angry. So I will start.
Yeah, start.
Because I never have anything interesting on my wrist. Tudor Black Bay 54. Can you guess what I'm alternating that with? The Pelagos 39. And I have not worn anything else in the last 2 weeks. However, well, I'll talk about this in a moment. Why don't you tell us what you're wearing? Because you're wearing something that is not as boring.
No, Colloquium Project 1 G
Spot.
I don't know. It has
G-Unit.
No, don't get me these images in my head. No, this is the I forgot. It's not too much to remember, but I forgot. It's a Project 1 G1. I don't know. Now I have to look it up. But it's a colloquium with this pins, not the ones with the shapes. So this is really cool, and it's a Project 1. Project 1 Variant G. Exactly.
Variant G. There you go.
Variant G.
Now,
there's two versions, the 1 and the 2.
I had a feeling, ladies and gentlemen of the listeners will know, there's been a watch that I've been talking about a lot, and we talked about the prices being ridiculous for it. And this was the Zenith Revival, Zenith Chronomaster Revival Shadow. Apparently, that is the shortened name, because when it first came out, it was called the Zenith A384 Chronomaster Revival Shadow, or the A384 was in there somewhere. Now,
right.
I've been talking about this watch for a very, very long time. You probably have heard me talk about it. It is one of the few no-date variants that Zenith has. That is a just absolute stunner. So if it had a date, I wouldn't buy it naturally, but still, as if every watch in the Zenith catalog had no date, this would still be the one I go for. So this is why this is so, cool for me, is I finally get something cool, right? As in they made something cool for me. But the price in UAE dirhams for the strap version is 40,000 dirhams. I think it was 39.5 or something. And if you wanted the bracelet version, you're at about 45K, which is also funny, because I called Zenith and asked them how much the bracelet is, and they told me 4K. So that doesn't add up. But nonetheless, ignoring that fact, it has finally, I've been waiting, patiently waiting, hoping that it will come up on our Timepiece 360 auctions one day. And when that day comes, I said I would go for it as long as the price was reasonable. And by the way, guys, we do talk about auctions a lot, and it's always the same auction. It's the Timepiece 360 TP 360 auctions. I got a comment on our last episode. They're like, "What auction are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Sorry, I forget that people don't know." So it's
internationally available, so you can actually bid if you like to.
It is, right? And I was looking through their terms and conditions, and they did specifically say they ship globally because they're also on Chrono 24. So you can bid from anywhere. No, you cannot bid. You can only bid from UAE. I don't want anybody bidding. Stop taking our watches.
Not for the watches we want, but
yes, all the other ones, by all means,
everything else, please. But it's internationally available. But of course, you might have to pay import duty and VAT and all of this stuff, depending where you live and depending on how much the watch is, right, that you're importing.
Now,
but
back to my story. Once in a while, something pops up, and Ralph or I will buy it, just like I bought that Hodinkee what was it? A Nevada Grenchen Hodinkee edition, for like, I think it was more than 50% off retail. I sold that, by the way. But this time, finally a watch that I actually wanted, right? There's two watches that I wanted. One was the FXD Blue again. The other one was this. And of course, priority goes to this because it's a more cooler watch. So it came up, and starting bid was, after buyer's fees and everything, it was a little over 17,000 dirhams. Once again, retail 39,500 dirhams, right? So it's freaking way less than half price. And on top of this, it's only a 2-year-old watch. So I'm box papers, everything. So I'm very pleased with this. I put in a bid, but the problem is I don't think I would really go past this bid. So let's cross our fingers and see what happens. But
I think this is one of the only Chronomaster revivals that I actually like, because it doesn't come on this leather bracelet, which I don't like.
I like the leather bracelet.
Yeah, I know you do, but it's I just don't want to see my hairy wrist through the holes in the bracelet. I don't
shave your wrist. Problem solved.
Nah, once you start, it's bad idea.
No, you just shave the little area right under your watch, so you have hair in front, hair after, just not that 1-inch strip all the way down.
Right, that will surely not look really nice going forward.
Sure,
no, I think it's nah. I don't like these seeing through stuff.
So mine could. So now if I win this, so mine comes on the Cordura strap, which Cordura is like a ripstop material, like a technical, what do they call it? Like a military kind of technical material, ballistic nylon. Very much kind of like, if you remember Toomey back in the day, they always had, this was their premier material, was this ballistic nylon, is what they called it. So nylon. Similar. And now that we know, 4K buys me the ladder bracelet, the brushed, or what is it? Not brushed. It's a bead blasted, micro blasted titanium ladder bracelet. So, but I'm very excited. I'm like really, really excited because, as I said, all of my watches, everybody says all of my watches are boring. No one can say a blacked out Zenith, Chronomaster Revival, the old one with the A384 case, the square case, that is anything but boring. So I just have to wear it a lot.
You have to, and make
to
a
balance
very
the boringness.
Funky strap on it. Yeah.
No, it's going on a NATO. Like this is definitely going on a NATO strap, either gray or black.
Doesn't it look too tall, isn't it?
It's 12 millimeters thick. So this is a high beat chronograph, automatic, 12 millimeters thick.
12 millimeters. Water resistance?
50 meters.
So keep that in mind. We need this data points for later, for my rant.
Okay, cool. But it's only 50 meters, so it's not exactly water resistant. So can't go swimming with it. But still, generally with any open pushers, you wouldn't want to take it in the water, right? But still, I think it's going to be a cool watch. And compare that to, for instance, my Speedmaster Professional, which is a manual wound chronograph, which is like 14, I don't know how many millimeters is a Speedmaster Pro? Anybody? Bueller?
Speedmaster Pro.
Speedmaster Professional.
I think 30.
Thickness.
Thickness.
Thickness is 13 and a half.
That's okay.
So 13 and a half. So that is over a millimeter more than this Zenith, which has an automatic rotor and is high beat as well. Which I'm like, and it's in a 37 millimeter case. Like that's fucking cool. That's a small little petite unit. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe, ladies and gentlemen, by the next time you hear my voice, I will be the proud owner of this watch, or I'll be the sore loser. It's one of the
sore loser. Oh no. Yeah. So, I'm crossing my fingers for you. So I hope you win. I have something in the auction that I'm selling. So let's hope that goes. But yeah, I'm at the moment, I had a couple of...
You're very angry.
No, I'm angry now, but I'm also positive. And I'm angry with the Swatch group in general, but I'm also very happy about the Swatch group. I'm actually quite positive about it. And two brands, Longines and Tissot, have done a phenomenal job. We have, with the PRX and other things. We have now the Tissot Gentleman who's
pause.
Came out
if you're saying what I think you're saying, then we are 100% opposite on both of these things.
The new Hydro Conquest as well. Amazing job.
Shit, it is absolute shit watch. No. It is literally nothing but a Submariner copy. Like all they did was they Submariner-ified.
So they have a different bezel, they have a different case, they have a different
It's the same
dial.
Shiny. No.
They have different hands, they have different crown, they have different bracelet. They have nothing is the same. Yes, it's a dive watch.
A shiny, polished ceramic bracelet, just like the freaking Submariner.
No Cyclops
in green and blue.
On.
It's the Submariner colors.
But it's by all means a very good watch. This is very well made. You have a very good movement in it. You have this exclusive for Longines ETA updated movement with 72 hours power reserve, silicium hairspring. It is amazing. This thing is good. And it's 11 points. And it's 11 points. It's closer to the Submariner than it used to be before. But on the other hand, numbers on the dial, on the dive watch, you can argue that they shouldn't be there, right?
Yeah.
But my point there is, you have...
Hold on, let's say on the planet Ocean, there's numbers.
Yeah, you can argue that they shouldn't be there.
Okay. I'm just saying that's pretty funny.
That's true. But my point was there that, yes, I agree with you that they have probably diluted a bit of their quirkiness and their uniqueness, but they have made the watch so much more attractive for such a broader audience, right? And if anything is an indication, they are selling quite well. So it seems that because they also haven't increased the prices by much, they have the new Milanese bracelet on it that you can opt for, rubber strap, and I think the normal oyster style bracelet. And it's a good watch. And it's 11.7 millimeters.
So almost
300
the same
meters.
size. 300 meters.
Watch
now,
resistance.
I will tell you my thinking. I don't care about this watch. Because of the date window, right? There's no option for a no date version. Therefore, that's gone. I've lost my interest.
Yeah, the moment, yeah.
They've never made a no date version of the Hydro Conquest, by the way. The numbers, I don't like. The polished ceramic bezel, I don't like.
But the numbers are gone now. So
what's the size? The new size?
39 and 42.
Yeah. They made a 39 millimeter version, and that I can get behind. That's cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So they definitely, Submariner-ified it. But it is, if it was a no date, it would be the cleanest version of the Hydro Conquest that there has ever been, which I think is pretty cool.
See, look, the Hydro Conquest, I looked at a few times, even when I was, a few years ago when I wasn't into that kind of luxury watches. And I always thought, it's nice. It was just not the nicest, right? I think maybe it was the numbers. I don't know what it was, but something always like the 3 and the 6, or was it the 6? It just looked so big. It was exactly. Just like, it was just... It didn't.
There was no 3,
refined.
Right? It was 12, 6, and 9. It was the only numbers that were there. Yeah.
So I thought, okay, now with the redesign, I find it better. I find the bezel. Yes, it is definitely closer to the standard diver design, right? That we've seen so much of, because that's why the Submariner is so successful. Blah blah blah. But you have a very solid watch. I mean, there is everything in there. You have a closed case back that is screwed in, not like with some Panerais where you have a snap-in case back in the cheaper versions that are only 10,000 euros or something, or $10,000.
So I'm going to give you there's an interesting one on this. So Hamilton makes the regular field khaki, the one that everybody knows, the cheap one, right? That one has a screwed in case back.
Yeah, no, I mean, look.
Or I don't know if it's screwed in or stamped in, one of the two. It's 50, I think it's screwed in, 50 meter water resistance. On the other hand, they make one called the Khaki Pioneer Pilot.
Yeah.
Which has a screw in. Sorry. There's a difference here, guys. Screw down and screw in are two totally different things, right? The khaki has a screw down, and this one has a screw in. Screw in means you have 4 or 5, however many screws that hold the back to the case.
When they say a screwed case back, then I mean it's just a round one. Yeah,
that's a round one that you screw in. But a screw in case back means that there's a case plate that is held on with screws. Look at the Cartier Santos, for instance. That's a screwed in case back. But now going back to Hamilton, same company, makes 2 watches. Screw down, proper screwed in, whatever you want to call it, case back, 50 meters water resistance. Then they have the Pioneer Pilot, 100 meters and held in with screws. So also the Santos, held in with screws, 100 meters. So I really, really don't know how this numbering system comes about, because it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. See,
G-Shock screwed in or screwed down, doesn't matter which one you get, 200 meters water resistance.
Yeah. But I really, really like this new design. I really think this is better than it used to be. I'm sharing my screen so you can see it.
I know which one we're looking at, but Longines just hasn't, like, there's so many things that I like from Longines, but they haven't made something specifically for me. I think 3 Longines.
This 39 millimeter version of the Conquest here, Hydro Conquest, is really cool. I do like the green one. It's a very nice green. People who've seen it here in Dubai saying it's really, really nice. All the colors are very nice. Anyhow, it's of course it's not a Submariner. It's more like your cheap cousin of a Tudor, but because you have also a sort of snowflake hand, but not really. So there's something to be said, and it's still, if you hark back to the older versions that they had before, you can argue it's still true to themselves to a certain extent. However, that's the good part. Then we have something that I wanted to mention quickly.
What about the Milanese? We didn't talk about the Milanese bracelet.
The bracelet is also cool that you have the options, and it's only double folding. It's not like
so
what you do on
copying
Omega.
Both Rolex and Omega simultaneously.
Correct.
So it is a hybrid between a Seamaster 300 and a Submariner. So they just went all through and knocked both off at the same time.
Exactly. And what they have done is that you have this Milanese bracelet that is only a double folding clasp that folds in itself with, I don't know if it has micro adjust potentially.
It has removable links.
Yeah. And it's very nice because it doesn't fold like 15 times like the one on the Seamaster, which is can get very bulky.
I had that bracelet.
Talking about bulky.
I hear that it wears, after you wear it for a long, long time, it breaks in.
Okay.
Because the Milanese part was apparently very...
I had the Milanese from IWC. I had a Milanese bracelet and I wasn't very comfortable. I mean, I wore it for a year and it wasn't really that great.
I have my Milanese from Forstner. It cost $100 and it was fantastically comfortable. I still have it.
The other thing I wanted to mention quickly is that Tissot has come out with a new gentleman watch, which is also for people who are on the budget and want a really good Swiss watch. This is my recommendation. Looks, of course, very similar to a Datejust, but it's of a universal look. And this came out in 38 millimeters.
How much?
I think, they're about $1,000, I think.
I would still suggest you go for the Hamilton khaki.
Yeah, you can. It's a good choice. But this is a more classic
look. Yeah. It's not a military design.
This is your basically a dress watch, and it also has a silicium, I think, spring on it, and it's fine. You have, silicium balance spring on it. 700 Swiss francs. So you can't really complain about this.
No.
It's very nice.
With a bracelet.
Yeah. With a bracelet, yeah. And I had the blue version of this and the 40 millimeter version, or 41, I don't know exactly. And it was a fantastic watch. It was very good, but it just needed to go because I had too many other stuff in my watch box. But
did you sell it because you weren't really a gentleman?
Yeah, I'm a very good gentleman. But not anymore. Then now starts my rant. And bear with me, because we talked about the chunkiness of certain watches. And it is the new...
the lack thereof.
The lack thereof. So we have here the new Hydro Conquest, right? Now just think about it. 39 millimeters, 300 meters water resistance, 11.5 millimeter thickness, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's very good.
It's
to give you a comparison, the sub is 12 and a half roughly.
My Sin U50 was 500 meters and I think under 11, 10 point something.
Yeah.
So you can make really good dive watches with slim cases. But Omega has decided to make a dress watch, right? The new Constellation Observatory. And they have decided they want to make a 39.4 millimeter Constellation Observatory. They have managed to get, and now we get into, let's say, just one of them and take a look, right? The one with the white dial. So you have a beautiful dial that is guilloché, right? Not hand guilloché. It is a pipe hand dial.
It's Rolex guilloché.
It has a case that also has what they call dog legs. Don't ask me what dog legs is. This
it looks like a dog's leg.
I don't have such. No, mine are a bit more less curvy. But yeah, if you think so, okay, that's why they're called dog legs, because some people see dog legs in there. So my problem with this watch is it has a new movement. I mean, it's not really that new. It's a 2-barrel movement, 8,900, but in a version, in the 14 version and in the 15 version. 2 versions. One is special for the golden watch that we are coming to later. This one is about 60 hours power reserve, blah, 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 coaxial master chronometer. Now, it's a 2-hand watch. So, in order to make this 2-hand watch master chronometer certified, they had to go through extreme length of figuring out how to actually measure the time of the watch with sound. If that sounds familiar to you, then you might think, yeah, that's like a time grapher. Exactly. So they have come up with this whole super scientific way of checking the watch for 5 days during this whole master chronometer test without a second hand, and managed to get this as the first master chronometer certified watch that has no second hand, no running second hand. So you can think about this.
So it's very accurate, but you don't know how accurate.
And you can't set it accurately because it doesn't have a second hand, but it is very accurate. Okay, but now my biggest rant is the thickness and the price. This watch in steel costs you a smooth 45,000 dirhams on the leather bracelet. If you opt to get the black ceramic dial, 50,000 in the steel version. Okay?
I'll tell you a complaint about the black dial before you go any further. It says ZRO2 on the dial. How dressy is that?
Yes, it does say that.
What the hell? Like that's what, when I'm dressing up in a tuxedo, what I would like is a freaking
Balenciaga on your chest.
No, like a chemical equation, please.
Okay. The next thing is if you go for the gold version, right? Here you have AU750 on the dial as well. Here, if you see in the middle, right?
Yeah, I do.
So just to make sure that everybody who has a loop and looks at the watch knows it's real gold.
It's gold.
So you have a gold case, you have a golden dial, and this guilloché of this dial is apparently handmade. But 156,000 dirhams. Now, same movement, however, a golden rotor, and, which strangely enough you don't see on the website, they have an additional part of this movement also made of gold, which is under the rotor here. You see there's a small bridge, right? the balance spring bridge, that is also made in gold. So you have a few more pieces in gold than in other watches. Are you still there? And we're back. We lost Martin for a while in the middle of my rant. But now
keep ranting, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I was just getting warmed up, you know? Okay. Anyhow, so sharing my screen again and
time grapher. You were saying that you.
Here? So you have here the gold. I was talking about the gold watch, right? And the price
with the gold rotor,
golden balance spring, and the gold water. So you have a lot of gold. You have the gold, dial and so on. But 156,000 dirhams. Now, if you want to have the bracelet, the golden bracelet, that goes up to 242. 242,000. Now
is spending a quarter of a million dirhams.
And this is a Milanese on the bottom, Omega on the bottom, right? And on the top, it's somewhat, I don't know what they did with this, but they made it somehow, I don't know. It has like a crocodile squarish, I don't know. It's a very interesting.
It looks like a tire.
Yeah, exactly. Also the tire tread. Weird stuff, but it looks cool. So it's a good looking watch. I love the dial. I think it's very exquisitely done. I saw in the different.
I don't know if I wanted 39.5 millimeters though. Like this would be great as a 36 millimeter dress watch. But
that's
why
what
are they
a lot of people
39.5?
A lot of people are saying that, especially for a dress watch, that the dimensions are weird. The bracelets, the lug width is 19 millimeters, so another complicated one. However, the biggest problem with this watch is, first, of course, the price for what you get, because this is not a handmade movement. This is just a normal machine-made movement, which is decorated via machines. There's no watchmaker who has, bloody fingers from polishing every little bevel and all of this stuff. Nope, that is not what happened here. This is all machine made. And the price, of course. But biggest problem for me is this. The thickness of 12.2 millimeters and 30 meters water resistance. Now, they basically put a sports watch movement in this dress watch that is thick as hell, because they still haven't invested in making the bloody coaxial movements thinner. They have invested in all the research and development of their dials and their whatever stuff, but they have not invested in making this bloody movement thinner. They have access to movements that are thin. The movement that is in my Zin U50 with 500 meters and water resistance and 10 millimeter thickness, that is an ETA movement. The ETA at 2892. They have updated versions of that, like Longines uses in the Hydro Conquest. That's why they can make a 300 meter water resistance dive watch thinner than Omega can make its bloody dress watch. And this is my rant. I cannot believe this thickness. I cannot believe the movement they put in there and the price. Because in their own family, right, in their own Swatch Group family, I have opened a few pages for you here. Blancpain, Villeray, right? You have golden cases. You have a two-hand watch like this one, the Villeray Ultra Plate, right? Two-hand watch, 39 millimeters, 100 hours power reserve movement, which is a fantastic movement inside there, right? And what is the case thickness? 7.5 millimeters, 100 hours power reserve in gold. And you know what's the price? Half of what you pay for the golden version of the leather on the leather strap. 85,000 dirhams list price. And the Omega is 155 for the gold version. What are they dreaming? What are they thinking at Omega? For a thicker watch, a watch with less power reserve, on the leather strap, and it's double the price of a Blancpain. I mean,
I don't know. When you say 12.6, I really thought you were going to come in here and be like, it's 17 millimeters thick.
No,
so 12.6 is not that bad.
It is bad. However, for a dress watch. Look,
it is for a dress watch.
This is exactly 7.5 the case of this Blancpain. 7.5, and it's half the price. And it's a better movement with a silicone hairspring and 100 hours power reserve. Yes, it's not Meta certified, but hey, so look at the prices here. No, okay, don't look at these prices. Go to Vacheron Constantin.
Secondhand.
And no, not secondhand, list price, only list price. We're going to 56. Self-winding, right? Gold version. Vacheron Constantin. Here, 115. You go for maybe the day date. Okay, then it's getting a bit more expensive. But let's go for Patrimony. 110. You can buy a Patrimony and a Submariner.
Instead of the Omega.
Instead of the Omega, right? And you have a Vacheron Constantin. And of course,
so hold on, how much is 116? So what did you say? You could buy a Patrimony and?
A Submariner.
No, I was going to say, you want to get your Omega Edge. You get a Speedmaster.
Yes.
And a Patrimony. You get a dress watch and a sports watch.
Correct.
That Omega is known for.
Yeah.
For the same price.
Yeah. And the thickness of this Vacheron Constantin, okay, it's a manual wind, right? So it's different.
7.8
or 7.7 millimeters. There. You know, that's a dress watch. That's a dress watch. I just have no words. You have so many of these things. I mean, like the Patrimony self-winding with a golden dial, which if you want really a golden dial in 40 millimeters, you get this for the same price. Ora Ito, with this is the designer special version. And you have the Geneva seal. That means that everything, the case and the movement is hand finished to the highest degree, right? So you have a Geneva seal watch, which is on a completely different level than what the Omega does, for the exact same list price. Now, if you're talking about, and I don't have this websites open, but if you're talking about, for example, about a solid gold bracelet watch, right? Like the one that we have seen here from the Constellation for 255,000 dirhams. 242,000. Which means that the bracelet alone is 90,000 dirhams, right? So we are understanding.
I will
each other,
give you
right?
a one-to-one example of that one right now, right? Who would you compare this to?
Let's take, I know the price of one of these. Let's take
Which
the
one?
Audemars Piguet Royal Oak offshore. No, Royal Oak, not offshore.
That's not the one I was thinking of.
Right, in solid gold with a malachite or the malachite?
Malachite? Yeah.
Malachite.
Dial?
Malachite dial, a stone dial in green, 37 millimeters. Beautiful watch, cost the same. Now that makes no sense. This is, but again, you can also, let's stay in the group. Breguet. You can buy Breguet watches in gold, dress watches for less, for way less than this Omega. Why? What's going on? What does Omega think? I don't understand it. I mean, somebody needs to explain to me how this makes sense.
Let's go to their direct competitor.
Yeah,
Rolex.
Even worse, I didn't even go
with
there.
The Setimo bracelet, right? Rolex 1908 gold Setimo bracelet.
Yeah.
You can get that. You want to look it up? How much it is? I don't know. I think it's 180 is my guess. I'm seeing it right now at Luxury Souk for 150.
I can tell you the problem is the new website is a bit confusing here with. You have
to scroll through everything. It's a terrible website.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. And then you get to the configure part,
because it's Rolex and they don't care about anyone but themselves.
But I don't want to discover the platinum medal. I want to see the other ones. How do I do this?
No, it's not even. You have to go to the configurator somewhere.
Yeah, but how?
I don't know.
Discover this model. What if I want a different one?
Yeah.
This is just a...
Here we go.
No, this is only the platinum version.
God
So
bless.
let's say the platinum
How much
version,
is platinum?
135. So it's cheaper than the gold version from.
Well, there's no bracelet involved here.
No. The leather version is 155.
No.
Yes.
Is it? I thought the leather version was 80 something.
240. No, sorry. Here, this is the observatory. Yeah. Here in gold.
Oh, it was
on leather.
no. Go to the one without the gold dial.
Yeah, that is 40. But that's of course a steel version.
One of the what's this? The one to the left of that.
That's pink gold.
Yes. What is
gold.
this? And then the one to the right.
That's
one
just
more?
That's platinum, by the way. Platinum gold on alligator. Here, this one. I didn't even know that they did a platinum. Is double the price of the platinum 1908.
Jeez. Okay. I'm
Yep.
sold.
So,
I'll have 6.
So either 44, you either have 45 basically for the steel version, 50 for the steel version with a black ceramic dial, 155 for the gold version with a leather strap, and 242 for the gold version with the gold bracelet. Now, Rolex sells you the 1908 Platinum for 135. So,
I want to know the Setimo bracelet price. That is
Yes.
what my heart desires.
I don't know why I cannot go to this bloody website. Why am I here with this? Can I just not go? Let me see. Configure your Rolex. Let's go directly to the configurator.
Okay.
But I don't want to configure
Classic.
the man trailer date. Here. Oh, that's much better. I know how to navigate this. 1908. Here we go. Configure.
The last one.
All right. So
There it is. How much?
we go. Yellow gold. This one? Like that?
Yes.
Okay. That is, okay, with the white dial, 155.
So 155 with the full yellow gold bracelet, which is about 100K, or roughly 100K less,
Correct.
80K less than the same watch.
Nearly 90. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you one more to look up.
But wait.
Because I also want to compare it to...
Just a second. You have a movement there when people say, yeah, but the movement master chronometer. Wow. Wait. You have here siloxy hairspring, silicon. You know, you have the 66 hours of power reserve. You have a really nice superlative chronometer, which is a bit more precise than the METAS certification, by the way, right? You have, and then you check the case and you think, I wonder how thick this watch is, right? And of course, they don't tell you this at Rolex.
Yeah.
But I am pretty sure this watch is...
I will tell you right now. Hold on. Rolex 1908 thickness.
And it
is, dear sir, 9.5 millimeters.
See, so it's a loss on every single metric, and 50 meters water resistant.
Okay, now the one that I would say,
so
I think some guy in his mind is looking at this, and he's like, I really want a gold watch with some weird ass gold bracelet, and this Rolex ticks that box. But there's one other one that just recently came out that ticks the box again, which is going to be the JLC Reverso with the Beat Price gold bracelet. How much is that? Look that one up.
I should look that up. Okay,
because it's a 1-to-1 kind of. You want a dress watch.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, there we have. This one is this one, right?
That's exactly it. There it is.
Okay, that is in
44,000 dirhams. What is that in UAE?
Yeah, in UAE money.
In real money. Not
real
this
money.
clown money.
163. So
And
even
thickness?
That must be a bit thicker because
it's going to be here under description, I think.
Yeah. We will find it here on features. Oh, look. That's the watch itself.
7.56 right there.
7.56. No
and
way.
it's a reverse.
No
It
way.
reverses.
Okay, and it has, of course, a manual wind movement. That's one of the reasons why they could make it so thin.
But once again, manual wind, but then you have a whole carriage for the thing to flip. So, that takes up space as well, right?
Yeah.
But there you go. That, I think, is a significantly better watch than anything we've looked at today.
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
I would say from a technical perspective, not necessarily, but it has the same water resistance. I just feel the movement hand wound 42 millimeters. It's a JLC. It's a great movement. Don't get me wrong, but it is not necessarily on the same level as some of the other ones that we have seen. The ones from Villa, from
Oh yeah. So the ones that I'm talking about the Omega here.
Yeah.
Compared to the Omega, this is a significantly better watch. Compared to the Rolex, I would say this is a better watch. Compared to the Blancpain, it's probably a better watch.
So
maybe we have a leg up when you get to the Vacheron. But I would still go for this any day of the week over everything we've seen. So I think for me, this is the one I would go for.
I couldn't agree more. I would probably go with the
Vacheron, wouldn't you?
Philippe. No, I mean dress watches. I would go for the Calatrava. You can
look how cool this
can buy a bloody Patek for this price of an Omega machine-made, mass-produced watch. I am sorry. It is just, I don't know what they're thinking.
It doesn't make any sense.
And
but Omega also made a DeVille Tourbillon. And I'm curious how much the price of that is. Because I don't remember it being much more.
Yes, it's a numbered edition. I can look it up. I have it here on the screen. It is a bit more expensive.
French?
It's nearly $1 million dirhams. Yes, $1 million.
974,000 dirhams.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't even know what to say about that. It's a hideous watch, by the way. It's significant. It's just it's 43 millimeter dress watch.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck were they thinking? Like,
This is my thing. I mean, why am I ranting about Omega so much? Because we need a strong Omega. We want a strong Omega. We don't want Omega going into oblivion. But with these kind of watches, they do. This is just so. I don't know how they can not look at any of their competition, not even in their own group, in the Swatch group, and see like, oh, hey, our gold dress watch is double the thickness of our Blancpain, less power reserve, not handmade, not hand decorated, and it's double the price. Yeah, that's good. I think we should go forward with that. That's a great idea.
Yes, the board has approved.
And Breguet is cheaper. Yeah, who cares, right?
But we are Omega.
Exactly, there with their handmade movements and stuff. Screw it. We have an Omega. We are Meta certified. And we have a two-hand that is, I don't know what they're smoking. It looks like they have not gone out of their office and they don't know what's going on in the rest of the world. But with this, they cannot take on the competition, right? I mean, this is just that it makes no sense. We are complaining that watches are getting too expensive from the other brands. You know, my Blancpain Villeret with a complete calendar and
a kiss from Jean-Claude Biver.
A kiss from Jean-Claude Biver and a Hunter caseback. Solid gold, everything gold, right? Is thinner than this watch. It's about 11.5 millimeters.
I'm curious now, by the way, how thick my Black Bay 54 is. Black Bay 54 thick, because Tudor is known to be a bit thick.
Chunky. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 11.2. 11.2.
Your dive watch.
I'm a millimeter less.
Your 200-meter dive watch. Yeah.
For my 200-meter dive watch, than this freaking gold thing from Omega. Dress watch.
I just say, I have no words.
How thick is this? The what's it called? This
Tourbillon?
Tourbillon.
The Tourbillon is 12.7. So it's half a millimeter thicker than the dress watch.
But it's manual wind and 43 mm.
Yeah.
It is so ugly. That is so ugly.
So this is basically now my rant is over. But I'm just saying that you cannot fathom, for me at least, of what they have done. I like the Globemaster, the Constellation Globemaster, the old one that is now not anymore in the program. Yeah,
but it looks almost identical to this.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah.
So there was. Hold on, pause. There was the Milano Cortina limited edition one they made, which looks identical to this. And then there was the Globemaster, which looked similar to this. So the Milano Cortina one was almost a one-to-one to this, but I think it was a different size.
So again, I don't understand their thinking. We're making a dress watch. We're making a two-hand dress watch. We want to make it super precise. Fine. So master chronometer. Yes. But then make it maybe hand-wound to make it thinner, right? Why not? Possible.
No, we had Omega.
So many things that went wrong. Then we make it nearly 40 millimeters, 39.4, slightly on the bigger side. Then we make it so expensive that nobody will buy it, right? And it's not about retail price or even resale price, because these will so bomb on the secondary market.
They will sit there for a long time.
And
so I'm looking at the Milano Cortina one. On Rivoli. It's on there right now in case it was very similar, but a better looking dial. 37 millimeters. So it's better. 2.5 millimeters smaller. Thickness is 11 millimeters.
Yes.
Closed case back. 94,000 dirhams though. 94. Same lugs, same everything. I will send you the link right now.
Or is it?
It is. Did you find it or no? I will send you the link right here.
I didn't
there you
see.
Go. Look, it's the same lugs, same case shape, same everything. Moonshine gold.
Oh, okay.
94K. I'm sure they will say, we have 30% offer right now. Buy one, get one free.
Offer at checkout. So I add it to the cart and see what is the deal. But you're right.
How big of an offer?
Go to cart.
Yeah, you got to go to the cart.
Oh, I got a free gift. So 10,000 off.
85, 10,000 dirhams off. 10%.
Okay. If you have fuzzer, then you get 15% at Rivoli.
Not on Omega anymore, they're saying.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay. Well,
but 10% is this not a better looking watch?
It's a definitely better looking dress watch. I mean, I'm not so sure if it's that good looking. It's a bit simple.
I hate the back. I hate all this Milano Cortina crap that they put on the back of everything, but the front of it looks great.
Yeah. And it's thinner and it got everything better. So as a dress watch. But I do like the design. I must say, the observatory, I actually like the design, especially from the gold version here. The black version with the ceramic, because I like this wet, like a lacquered way of looking at it and the nice and shiny reflections. I think it's a pretty watch. I just can't get over the price. 50,000 for this watch. For 50,000, I'm buying a pre-owned Lange dress watch. Lange & Söhne.
For 50K, I'm buying 5 Tudor Pelagoses.
Yeah. Or whatever you want, right? There's much choice. Even new for 50,000, there's so many choices that you can
better choices.
Better choices. Yeah. I mean,
so once again, here's another episode where we just ranted about Omega again.
Yeah, but because we care, I mean, here for 41,000, you get a 2-hand dress watch from Blancpain in steel, which is by all means a higher level than Omega.
But it's not Meta certified.
It is not.
Why would you want something that's not Meta certified?
But it has 100 hours of power reserve.
No, I'm just joking, obviously.
Yeah,
but,
I know, of course.
The thing is, if you look at the Zenith I just bought, or hope to buy, I should say.
Yes.
It doesn't even have hacking seconds. Like, we don't care about the things that Omega thinks that we care about, right? So, like, they're building these watches for someone, but this someone doesn't exist.
Yeah, but look, I mean, it's dress watches. If they are 39, then they have to be a bit thinner because, 7.5 here with the Blancpain. In your own family, you have
41K. 41K. It's 10K less.
Exactly. It's the list price. And that is 100
handmade.
Hour power reserve. Handmade. Wonderful movement.
Yeah, I think on this disappointment.
Even have a power reserve on the back, right? And the see-through case back.
I don't know what to say. I know you're sad.
I'm sad because I want Omega to succeed. And I thought, hey, with the new Planet Ocean of 600 meter, that was actually quite good, right? I think, it's getting better. And I was looking forward to the new Seamaster. But then in the meantime, they bring out this abomination here. Again, looks good, I think. I like the looks. But I just feel like for this price, what you get is absolute rubbish. I also feel that they have just not put there's these little details where I think, I don't know what it is. And in typical Omega fashion as well, they come out with a new watch. And what do? How many different references do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 13, I think it was, no? 11? How many did you get?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different versions. 9. Why don't you just start this with like 2 versions or 3, right? And then maybe add some later. No, they have to do a platinum version, a gold with bracelet, gold with leather, then pink gold.
And this bracelet is something that's not been on anything else, right? So this is a brand new bracelet they developed for this watch.
Yeah, then Canopus gold.
Waste of money.
White gold, right? Then you have the platinum for 240,000 on a leather bracelet. And and you see this, I mean, they have a gold dial, platinum dial basically, and it says here PT, so it's a platinum dial. It's a platinum case, but the platinum dial is actually in gold, not in or some kind of gold color. And the strap has golden, I don't know,
alligator scales.
It's
like the lines in between the scales are gold.
Are gold. It looks tacky. I'm sorry, but anyhow, generally I like the watch. I just feel they have just botched up the price again, and they have also botched up the movement. Why? I don't understand.
Why?
And then the two hands.
And once again, in the Milano Cortina, they have an 11 millimeter movement. So
11 millimeter case, right?
Yeah. So that means.
But what
the
was
movement
is
significantly.
What was the movement inside?
No
also
idea.
said meters here. It's the 8807.
But it has a second hand, therefore.
Yeah, but it's meta certified. So they can. And 100 meters water resistance, buddy. So what on earth is going? I mean, I cannot. No, sorry.
It doesn't have a double balance or a double power reserve.
It doesn't have the double barrel, but it still has 60,
double barrel.
60 hours
so
power
60
reserve.
Hours?
Yeah. Or 50, something on 58 or 60 or something.
On this disappointment, I think it's enough with Omega. Hopefully next week, Omega doesn't do anything stupid, so we don't have to dedicate another episode talking about
Omega. Wake up, smell the coffee. We want a strong Omega.
But on the bright side of things, we do want to tell you that we have hopefully arranged for a correspondent.
Yeah.
Watches and Wonders. So one of our listeners has reached out to us and said they're going to Watches and Wonders. So the week after Watches and Wonders, we will sit down with him and he will tell you what it was like. So, Bent, if you're listening, take notes, right?
Bent will be our roving reporter. Roving. Oh, he will
roving reporter.
I hope he will also report from all of the parties that he's hopefully also invited to at Watches and Wonders, and can tell us a bit more details when
and how it all went.
Tongues loosen after a few bottles of champagne, right? And see what's going on. But this is really cool because neither of us will be going, so it's really cool.
So it will be nice, and not us telling you about it. It's going to be actually someone who went. So that's also good. So
yeah.
Although, wait a sec, we had Mahmoud on many years ago, and he went and he told us about it on the podcast already. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like 3-4 years ago. That was a long time ago. But
True.
Anyway, so all right, I think that's good enough. So next week you'll hear whether I won this watch or not, and whether I have acquired my new grail.
That is a cliffhanger of nail-biting dimensions.
It is.
Yeah.
So, but all right, cool. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.